Hey, there's a few people already. Good evening. Welcome everyone to this evening's Ben and Jen show. As you'll see, there is just me and Gojita at the moment, Harley over there in the States. And this is just what we didn't realize is that the clocks change in the UK, different to the US. We were both having a conversation earlier. It's like, what the hell is going on? Why are you changing clocks for one thing? And why are we all not just changing on the same day? But that's not happening today. Has been the day that the US has seen the clocks change. So now there's still 5 hours difference. So Jen and Shaq are probably thinking we're going live in an hour. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to bring Shaq back on. It's not a problem at all. Everything that we've got going on in this show, myself and Harley are absolutely capable of delivering for you. So we do apologize that they're not here, because I know some of you love to log on to chat with or have a chat with Jen in the comments. I know we've got, who have we got? Oh, we've got loads of people commenting already. Great to have you all with us. Go on, mate.
I was just asking, how's it going, all our Lumenswap family? Yeah, the time change kind of caught me off guard, because I thought I had like 2 hours to get ready. I'm like, oh, wait, never mind. Stop, clocks change. I got an hour to get ready. So we'll see if they may pop up halfway through here. They may realize we're live, but regardless,
as I said, it's not a biggie, because we can bring those people on next week, the week after. You know, I mean, you guys aren't going to miss out. It's not like we had any time critical stuff that they were doing that we couldn't bring to you. So we do apologize. This higgledy-piggledy time changing with the UK and the US has caught us all out. I've been out all day and I haven't Googled it. So it's great to have some of you guys on board. Who have we got? Hello, Sean, Dave, XRP, Marshall, Fergal. All of you people, by the way, watching this over on Bullring Crypto Group, welcome. It's great to have you with us. This is going to be a little bit of an NFT special. Some of you eagle-eyed people may actually have seen that there is a new punk in town. Yeah, it's not the best imagery, but you can just about see there's a gunslinger, right? And there's only one Billy the Kid in Lumenswap, and that you're looking at him, right? The gunslinger punk is right there that Andrew has kindly created, but there's a caveat to this. He hasn't created this for me. I'm just enjoying the gunslinger for the present. He has created it kindly for you guys as a giveaway, but it's not going to be, look, you don't get a gunslinger Lumenswap punk for nothing. It's going to be a few hoops you're going to have to be jumping through on Twitter this coming week. So you need to stay tuned to Bullring Crypto's Twitter. You need to get me over. We start the fun and games tomorrow, but we need to start it when I'm over 1,000 followers. I'm about 10 people away. That's up to you guys to get me over that mark. Then we start the games for the punk. I want to, before we go on, I want to give him a massive shout out, okay? Because he's invested his time to create NFTs. You know, the skill of this guy is something unbelievable, right? You know, we've all seen his cartooning and his sketches and everything, and like the punks are something else. He's the top artist, I think, without question. I don't think there's going to be any people that are questioning that on the Stellar Network. And arguably, you know, in crypto, he's one of the best NFT artists, right, for his style. Absolutely no doubt about it. So what you need to do, guys, and I'm going to pop it up now on a screen share, is go across onto Lightmint and check out Andrew's work. He's Ink on Lightmint, and he's got some really cool stuff. So let me just share. Let's have a little look if we can find it. Share screen, application window.
Yeah, I love Andrew's work. I even had him commission me my own Stellar Punk, which is the Super Saiyan Stellar Punk, and it's amazing. Whoever wins this is in for a special treat, because this is a one-to-one custom, and this is gonna be one to keep in your collection for sure.
Right, so this is Andrew Inc. here. These are the two. He hasn't just created me one, he's created me two to give away. And as I said, these are going to be November giveaways, and these are extra specials. Can you see that, Harley? Can you see that punk on the right-hand side that he sent me?
I can't see it. I can't see it.
Right, okay, so this one that he sent me, which is being displayed here. Right, both of these have been sent to my wallet. So I'm holding both of these at the minute. And we've also got this amazing one, right, which is in line with a lot of the other punks that you've seen, a combination of that. This one has got the FP spores growing on him. You can see he's a bit wired up now. Yeah, he's like the FPs have got to him, man. He's a bit cooked. But these two, yeah, are pieces that he has spent time. Andrew Ink Dixon, yeah, right. He has spent time on creating for you guys as a giveaway. So I want to shout him out, but I also want to shout out Edward. I would think it's Edward. That's how I would say it in the UK. Edward S. Designed the doggo blocks. Okay, so he came up with these doggo blocks, and this is again he's another top artist, right, in the NFT space, and he has also created me a couple of NFTs. I've bought the first one because I wanted to buy the first one. So if you look at mine, this one here, guys, is up for grabs. I've already bought this. This will be worth $100 or more right now, right? So this NFT can be yours. I'm going to be giving it away this week. All you have to do is to enter. It's just retweet and like, follow me, tag 3 friends. Okay, on that post there, which you'll find on my Bullring Crypto. And then you could be winning that because I'm going to be giving it away. And then as soon as I give that away, we're moving into this punk that you can see behind me. So all in all, there's a lot going on with my own personal NFT kind of giveaways, etc. And you can get involved in that. So let's just cancel this off.
Yeah, I think the NFTs are really going crazy on Stellar right now. You see with JPEG, their DAO, they just airdropped a sick robot, and the only place you can get is by being a member of the DAO, and it recently had a dip, so now it's even more affordable to get in. So if you do want to get in and get some of the best NFTs from the top artists on Stellar, definitely get on JPEG DAO.
Yeah, and also Nuna, which I know is tightly linked with art, NFT artists, and physical art as well. Ownership and having that on the blockchain. Those guys have just been partnered with Lumenswap, one of the verified projects. So with Nuna, with JPEG, right, and all of the other stuff that's happening, then you guys can see that this is blowing up. I was speaking to one of my developer friends in the week. We're working on a project that's not going to be on Stellar, it's going to be elsewhere. But we were talking about gamification, right? And how crypto and gaming are going to be intertwined and how NFTs have a major role to play in that. Of course, we can see it happening already, but it's only going to get bigger. To give you an example, one of the projects, and I know it's a Lumenswap show, but it's a good idea to give you a real baseline understanding. One of the projects, if I again come to screen share and share screen, and then we go for application window, and we go StreamYard, and we share, and we go into here. Okay, so you should see NFT champions. You see that?
That thing has been going crazy. I've been seeing people talk about that NFT champions. I kind of want to FOMO in. I usually don't chase green candles, but this actually looks like it's going to have legs.
Well, I mean, I went in this at 6 cents and I called it on Twitter at 6 cents, and 6 cents to where we are now. I was putting out on my socials, it's like 700% or something that, it's grown since I was mentioning it at 6 cents. And I think this is still stupid. I mean, look at this market cap, market cap 13 million. I mean, when you look at other kind of gaming, if you look at the game behind this that they're going to be launching in December, and you look at other kind of gaming projects, there's a massive growth. And I could see this 10xing from here without too much effort. I mean, it's already gone 7x out the gates from my investment at just 10 days ago. I could see it 10xing again. So that's like, 70 times. I could see it doing 100x from my investment. $6 is not out of the question. And that's what's happening in NFT, in gaming, and all that kind of good stuff, guys. So it's something you need to really be, let me just knock this off, something you really need to be aware of, okay? You need to be thinking about, and are we back to just clear without the screen share, yeah?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay, right, cool. Something you need to be aware of moving forward, thinking about NFTs, thinking about the stellar projects that are going to be building out NFT on art and all that kind of stuff. The creative side is going to start exploding more and more. And of course, you can make some serious gains. One of the things that we were talking about off air is, just Lumenswap, right? And the talking about exploding Lumenswap and the 1 million TVL. Harley,
let's go.
Yeah, tell us, like how you feel about that. Coming from, launching yesterday, seeing that rising up, a couple of 100,000. We're now over 1 million. What's your thoughts, mate?
It's crazy. You look at how many projects are on Stellar, and there's a lot of amazing projects, but you look at Lumenswap, we're over 1 million total value locked. I think it's like 1.3 million between both pools. And we just launched on the Lumenswap app yesterday. Before that, it was in beta for a little while. It's a huge accomplishment. It just shows you where we're headed. People want to lock in this liquidity because they know there's incentives in there to keep on earning more. And they know that Lumenswap has a bright future. We have everything set up in our tokenomics to go for at least 6 years, keep on going steady, which is a long time in crypto. So I just am super pumped about that. And also about the lottery. I was looking at the lottery this morning. We got to 60K burn tokens. That's 60,000 LSP that's already going to be out of circulation, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think, and again, the more people, the community is starting to grow now. More people are becoming aware. Now we've gone over 1 million people. We're eclipsing any other project on Stellar in terms of liquidity. So we can comfortably swap between those assets, at the best possible rates. It's not like there's going to be a gap in that. There's not, like I spoke about in my videos where there's random tokens and a big spread between them, or there's no liquidity pool between those because they're just too obscure. Of course, this will increase with time and people will put into liquidity pools, but there's not really any incentive to come in to the 0.3% fees if it's too obscure tokens. There's no point in putting that in and risking impermanent loss. You may as well just hold those in your native Stellar wallet. But now we've got this, snowball that's building off the top of the mountain. And we're showing everyone, no matter what client you're using, and I'll explain the clients again in a minute, but what client you're using, everyone's looking and going, oh my God, like there's over 1 million in this LSP. What's this LSP? If they haven't heard about it, they go and check out Lumenswap and it's bringing more attention to us. And the snowball is just growing and growing. And it's a really fantastic thing to see the power of the dual incentivification, because that's all it is. It's given the dual incentivification to those two pools, and now people are obviously coming into it. And I mean, some of the rewards that people are going to get are going to be amazing. I think it's now a time for strategy. So you need to be thinking, okay, like how do I kind of navigate this? Which pool do I go into for the best return? Which pool do I go into for the best fees? But let's not forget the trading. Yeah, if you're going to be qualifying for the trading and you're swapping assets, LSP, XLM, LSP, USDC, every time those traders are trying to get those qualifications for those traded rewards, you guys are getting fees. Those fees are being compounded back into the pool and you're earning rewards on them. That's the magic, what's happening here. Now, there's some people out there that are saying, oh, well, you're going to get to the end of the month and everyone's just going to get their rewards and sell.
I don't think so. The reason I don't think so is because you can see what we're doing. We're building out a whole ecosystem for Lumenswap where there's no need to sell. There's no need to get out of it. And even if you do need to sell, since we have so much liquidity, it won't even affect the price as much as it would before if you were to sell. So I think what we're doing is we're building our own community project that's you have no reason to get out of. All the value is going to be inside Lumenswap.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we're going to see this where you get your reward, and, a lot of people are saying probably someone messaged me last night, a friend of mine messaged me last night and said, what happens if everyone compounds, right? So everyone gets their rewards and everyone puts their rewards back into the pool. And I said, well, clearly your percentage share of that liquidity pool will remain the same, right? because everyone's putting in the same again. So everyone, if you've got 1.6% or whatever, and you put your 1.6% in, and then everyone's putting in. I said, when in crypto do you ever get everyone behaving the same? You know, for me, I'm going to be getting like a nice reward, I know, because I came in big into the automated market makers. So I'm going to be getting a reasonable reward, but I'm not selling. So, I mean, if I'm not selling, like when this guy is like, everyone's selling, no, I'm not selling. And we've also got we've got Sean. I plan on holding my rewards. We've got another, who have we got here? Michelle. I'm not selling. Who's actually going to dump? I mean, just be truthful. Just be truthful, because it's not a bad thing. Just be truthful in the comments. If you're going to sell at the end of the month when you get your AMM rewards, just put it into the comments now, just so we can see. And if you're holding, just put it into the comments as well, just so we get an idea of the people.
Or if you're going to put in the lottery.
Yeah, of course. But okay, then if you're selling out, like you're selling out completely out of Lumenswap, put that I'm just selling out. And then, you know, if you are using elsewhere, put in using elsewhere. Holding, you see, we've got another one. I'm holding for at least 12 months. What does the never selling, 15% lottery? So you get the vibe of the people that are listening to this. These people that are coming and say everyone's going to sell. No, they're not. They're not going to sell. People are going to put back into the pool. Other people are going to put some into the lottery. Some are going to put into their, you know, hodling wallets. There's going to be all sorts of different philosophies. And this is why I'm talking to you about strategy, right? So we've got tipping, another one. That's a good one. Yeah, hold 70%. Sorry, hold 70%, sell 20, lotto 10. It's a good combo, Gaz. It's a good combo. I like it. Because, of course, people are going to sell. You know, I sold some LSP, as I said the other day. I bought some Nuna. You know, I sold some of mine, but I get paid in it. So it's like you're going to buy groceries or a bicycle or something with a US dollar, isn't it? You're going to need to spend it in elsewhere. It's not, that's what I'd say. It's not a bad thing. But saying everyone's going to behave the same and we're all going to do the same, I think that's kind of ill-informed. And what it does is it just creates negative energy in a thread. You can say, I'm doing this, but me and Harley are probably going to do completely different things. And both of us are being team members.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm keeping mine at least for the next 12 months. I think that was Fergal. He had a good suggestion. Keep it for 12 months. I know Ben has mentioned this too. And then reevaluate the strategy, because during that 12 months, you're going to see major price appreciation and it's going to be compounding at the same time. And you're probably going to be holding a lot bigger of a share of the total value of the pool, because there are going to be people that sell as the price goes up. But there's also going to be a lot of people buy it in as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think that you know, as the price, I think as the price rises over time, the more utility, the more that we're all locked in. I mean, for me, I don't see people pulling out of the pool, because you've got a great question here, by the way, about the cashback scheme. I'll come on to that, but I don't see people pulling out the pool, because if you pull out the pool today, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go and put it and do something else. And you imagine like the snapshot tomorrow and you're going to lose. So you're going to probably stay in for the duration of the 28 days to get your rewards at the end. So I can't imagine there's going to be too much volatility in terms of the pool. But I think there's going to be a volatile 2 or 3 days. And then we might see a price drop where people sell. But if you're looking over the long term, I don't think that's a big deal. And I also think there's people like me that are going to be buying if there is a significant price decrease. So, you know, we're waiting with stable coins, waiting to buy, so that if the price drops to a certain level, it's like, right, I'm going to gobble that up, because people are selling out and there's people going to need to sell. So it's, you know, it's going to be a circular thing. Cashback scheme, the way that it works is this, and I've done many videos and all sorts of things on it. If you're on the thread, you'll get kind of updates on all of the stuff on a daily basis. But the way that's going to work is we have 1,153,000 tokens for 6 years into 2 pools. So 1,153,000 into this pool and 1,153,000 into this pool. The 2 pools are XLM and USDC paired with LSP. These 2 pools, you will then put in your, let's look at pools. Let's look at pools. Why not? Let's share. Let's go and have a little look. Share screen. Okay, Brave tab. That's what I was looking for. Pools, share. Okay. So we're having a look here. Let's do a quick refresh, see what we're looking at. Okay, so now we can see this is live. There's 1.02 million in this pool, right? We can see that. So you might have, of the million, you might have $10,000. Let's just call it a million. You might have $10,000 in there, which is 1%, agreed? Then 10% is 100,000 and 1 million is the whole pot. If you've got the $10,000 in there, you've got 1%. So the two things that you're going to get at the end of the month on the 28th, one is that you're going to get, well, during the whole month, you're going to be getting the percentage of fees that are traded in that pool. So if you've got 1% here, your $10,000, you're going to get 1% of the 0.3% in network fees. So if we've got $100,000 that's being traded in that pool in a day, we've got $300 in fees, and you're going to get 1% of that. So 1% of $300 is $3. So you're going to get $3 auto compounded back into your pool on a daily basis. You're going to get $3, pick up $3, $3, $3. Okay, but that's hardly lighting the world up, is it, on your $10,000 entrance? So you're also going to get 1%, should the snapshot be taken now, and you've got $10,000 and this is 1 million, you're also going to get 1% of the 1,153,000 LSP tokens at the end of the month. So you get 1% of that, and once again, you're going to get something in the region of 11,000, aren't you? 11,530 LSP tokens. So you get your 11,000 LSP tokens at the end of the month as the reward for being in the pool. Now, most pools on Stellar don't have this. You can see here. Look at the small amounts, yeah, that we have in various of these different pools. Most pools are going to have very, very small liquidity, very, very small trading volume. With us, we have already got 276 accounts in the pool. There's only 141 accounts in the biggest pool.
I like that because it makes us more decentralized if you think about it, because there's more users with less total value locked into Lumenswap, and we're catching up to the XLM USDC. Could you imagine if we flipped XLM USDC for the most total value locked?
I think it's actually, I think that there we go. I think we've actually got a very real chance of doing that, because I mean, people now are talking about LSP being the trading pair. Right, you know, people are like, look at the price. I was looking at Nuna, to mention them again today, and there was someone in there. I think it might have been, it doesn't matter who it was, but he was saying, oh, look at this, look at our price against LSP. And I'm like, LSP is being used as a base asset. I mean, like, that's XLM and USDC on this network, right? They're the base assets that you trade against. That's what you compare against or trade against. But this is like now where LSP is being regarded as a, you know, base pair to trade Nuna against LSP, because the communities are so tightly knit. And I thought that's amazing when you start seeing yourself being mentioned by others as a base pair to trade against. I thought the world starts opening up, doesn't it, within Stellar, about what we can actually achieve.
If you build it, they'll come. I mean, if they're two good assets like Nuna and LSP, people are going to want to trade in between it. There's going to be volume in there. There's going to need liquidity in there as well.
Yeah, and oh, sorry, there's a few people jumping on, just saying now. So Cheesley's just arrived. He's normally with us on time. So we just have to apologise. I mean, obviously our clocks changed last week in the UK. US clock changed, and I didn't have any clue. No one's like kind of tapped me up and said the clocks are changing. Are we still good on the same time? So Harley and I are here. Jen's probably going to be, why aren't anyone here at, you know, for me, what will be 7 o'clock at night? But we do apologize. All those guys will be back next week. Okay, we do apologize. We're still running with the show, and we've got through lots, and we've still got lots more to go. So good to have you with us, Sir Cheesley. And again, your contributions have been amazing. The little slide, I didn't have much time this morning to do the new Lumenswap show slide, but Sir Cheesley has given us the blank canvas for the Lumenswap side and for doing some trainings. Harley and I, Harley, you take the floor and tell us a little bit about what we're doing in the next 2 weeks on YouTube with a couple of your connects.
Yeah, we actually have a workshop going on with one of my friends, Zen God. We're going to be on the Zen Lounge on Sunday, November 14th. We're going to have a workshop explaining a little bit about what we do here at Lumenswap, some of the exciting features. Hopefully the new secret feature that's not on the roadmap comes out or is announced, so we can talk a little bit about that one as well. But we're going to be doing a little bit of a collaboration and getting some new people on board that I think are going to be interested to hear what we have to offer here at Lumenswap.
Yeah, I think that's a way for us to certainly get into new markets, isn't it? You know, because a lot of people, I know I put a post out and I detailed all the Lumenswap stuff onto a Facebook group. I'm in a crypto Facebook group, and it kind of bounced. So I went back to the like the admins and said, hey, like, you know, I work for the team. I've got everything there's non-spammy. It's all factual. It's all good quality content. Do you know what I mean? It's like just awareness about a new project. This is supposed to be like a crypto investing group, and it's like 250,000 people, and it's bounced. So anyway, I said, you give me, because I read the rules of the group. I said, you give me what the, you know, the guidelines are, and I've just had a post approved in there. So you know, that's, I think we have to reach out. YouTube, like you say, with your connects, Facebook, and these kind of other avenues, and these people that go in Shiba and all this kind of stuff is like saying, look, you know, if you want a project where over 12 months we're going to see new features, we're going to see new utility for the token, we're going to see all these cool stuff, then maybe hop on board with this. If you're obviously interested in that kind of, you know, overnight, you know, pump and dump, then this isn't for you. But if you're interested in plugging in, learning, you know, developing your skills, you know, getting some rewards and kind of being part of something that I think is going to be really, well, it's going to be the flagship on Stellar, I don't doubt that. Then yeah, maybe hop on this.
It already is a flagship on Stellar. The community we're going to be talking to next week is mainly XRP. There are some XLM and LSP people in there as well, but they may not know everything that's going on with the AMMs. So we definitely want to get in there, let them know how they can put their LSP to even better use than just a 10K holder club now that we have these new incentives going on.
Yeah, 100%. If we can break, I think the relationship between XRP and XLM, the two communities, is pretty tight anyway, isn't it? There's a lot of people that like both of those projects. I think it's all part and parcel of that family of projects we spoke about many times before. So I think that might be like more of an easier ride for us than, say, going straight into like the ETH and the EVM networks and saying, you know, you need to come across here, because they're like, you know, completely oblivious to what's going on. I think not many people know about what's happening at Stellar. And certainly the fact that what I was going to mention earlier on is that there's, you know, these things are built into the network. You know, the AMM is built into the network. The SDEX is built into the network. You know, Lumenswap is not a decentralized exchange. It's a myth. The decentralized exchange is the network. You know, we are not an automated market maker protocol like Uniswap, PancakeSwap. We're not that. We are an access point to that. It's in the network. Mm-hmm. So this is the first time it's ever been done in crypto. And I think it's just so across so many people's heads, because they're so used to going to a third party, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Trader Joe, QuickSwap, whatever it might be, and using those and having the risk associated with having that third party that is essentially holding your funds. We're not. We're just a gateway. And I gave the analogy in a video that I did, which was the Stellar network is a river, and all we are is just different jetties. So it doesn't matter whether it's like Stellar X, whether it's Brave, whether it's Lumenswap, we are all access points to the river for you to do the stuff that you want to do. Lumenswap is going to change that a little bit, because what we're trying to do is bring utility to the token. They don't have lotteries. Okay, they are not going to be having necessarily an NFT marketplace, which is coming. Right? And that's been kind of like dropped out so many times that, you know, there's going to be this incredible NFT marketplace coming on Lumenswap as well, because we listen to the community, and this is an additional feature. This is something that's never been on the roadmap.
And it's more than just the NFT marketplace. We'll have more information on that in the coming weeks. But this is something that y'all are going to have a lot of fun with. It just brings even more utility to the Lumenswap ecosystem.
Yeah, exactly. And it's something, so what we will be able to do, I think the way that it's going to happen is that we're going to be having a set amount initially of NFTs, right, within the platform. Okay, I can't really say too much because it's going to be another document that's going to be explaining and all that sort of stuff. But what I know of, it's going to be a certain amount, and then we can interact with each other in the community, like trading cards. Remember trading cards when you're at school and you want that one and someone wants this one, and you can like kind of swap at different prices. And I think it's going to bring a new fun aspect rather than you coming and minting and kind of doing your own thing like that. I think that's going to be light mint if you want to kind of create your own thing and then mint. I think we're going to have like a trading card kind of system, which is really fun if you're into collectibles and all that sort of stuff. We've got a few questions. Let me blast through these. And then why I'm doing this, Harley, can you think of a great question? Because I want to give away some LSP tonight. So if you think of a good question or two for the community, why I'm just rattling through a couple of these, then we'll do that. What date? I believe the reward dates are going to stay the same. This is from Fergal, 28th. I've not heard any different. And I think that it would make sense that they do all the rewards in a wanna. So I would say that we're looking at 28th, maybe 29th like this month. 28th, 29th, I think would be sweet. Can I explain what does slippage matter? Slippage is basically to do with a price movement. If there's a gap, right, in a spread in two different assets, okay, you may have to pay a slight bit more to bring that down so that the trade is made. Does that kind of make sense with regard to that? Because there's going to be a slippage in the two prices. So with slippage, it is really, really apparent when there's low liquidity. One of the Achilles heels of the SDAX, in my opinion, over the years has been lack of liquidity between pairs. Now, this is going to help. The AMMs are going to help with that. And I don't think you really need to even concern yourself with LSP. I mean, you've just seen there's $1 million. And unless you're a whale, right, trading these pairs back and forward, we have provided $1 million worth of liquidity. Slippage isn't going to be really an issue for us to have to deal with, but slippage will be a difference in the price, right, when you change one asset to the other asset if there's a low liquidity. I hope that's answered. That was G. That was G's question.
With 1 million and liquidity already added within just the first day, I'm really interested to know where we're going to be at the end of the year. I think that should be the question. Where do y'all think this is? How much total value lock do you think we're going to have by the end of the year?
How much do I think we're going to have? Oh,
yeah,
how much is this?
I was also asking the chat as well. How much do they think is going to be on there?
I think we could, by the end of the year, I think we can double where we are now conservatively. That's my conservative guess. But I think we can also go way more. It depends, I think, on marketing, if we can get into other chains. That's my opinion, but it'll be good to hear from you guys what you think. 2.2, a few million.
I'm thinking about 3 million.
3 million? Yeah, I think that's definitely feasible. Why you guys are writing 10 million? Kel C. Kel, go girl. 10 million. Woo! Hey,
I'm all for it.
That's when we go. We had 10% of the pool, and then now we've got 0.00001% of the pool.
Who did the 10 million? Because I'm about to tip on.
Okay, so 10 million. First person that said 10 million was Kel. So Kelly C. I think she's Kelly C. Hit us up with your Telegram username in the comments. Yeah, you're about to get a tip. Wicked.
I'll get the tip after after the end of the episode. Kelly C. I got it.
Yeah, Kelly C. Make a note of her. Give her a tip. So Cheesley, he has put 3.14. I think that Sir Cheesley might be involved in something. I really do. I think that he has this knowledge. A little bit higher than the rest of us in terms of these big financial sums. So maybe he is, I don't know, but he's saying 3.14. Everyone else is given whole numbers. So he's done some kind of weird equation / calculation to how this trajectory is going and all that kind of stuff. So maybe he's a clever guy. We don't know. Okay, go down, Kelsey. Awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, Oscar's come in with another 10 million. Oscar's heard about the tips. Put Oscar down. Oscar, hit us up with your Oscar Otten. Oscar, you're going to get a tip from me for just putting 10 million. Everyone's going to put 10 million now. No, we're stopping with that one. We'll come on to something else, okay? So pie, of course, yeah, I've got you. I like pie. So instead of it being pie to eat, it's pi as in 3.142 recurring, isn't it? Is that right? What I remember from school. But yeah, okay. What else have we got here in the comments?
This is our NFT special. I did see an NFT that was really cool this week. This was this dude named Dablo. He's from Greece. I think he's a tattoo artist. He does tattooed pigs as NFTs, and he had one tattooed pig with a tattoo of the Lumenswap symbol, and it was the coolest NFT I've ever seen. I think Winetooth ended up getting it before I could.
Well, what we need to do, because I've seen him as well, and what we need to do is we need to hit him up, don't we? We need to get him, if he wants to come on the show, he can come on the show, but like we need to hit him up and say, can you do a little, collection for us? Because I think what's good about this show is, and we love NFTs, and the stuff that we see, like the gunslinger, I mean, like ninjas, gunslingers, I mean, that's right up my street. Anything like that, I want those NFTs straight away. So we should do a little collection. We should give them away to people that take part in the community. That'd be great.
I'm messaging him, so I'm definitely going to get in touch with him. I'm sure we can make that happen.
Perfect. Cool, we had a question here going back to the automated market makers. What I did not understand is the boats in your river analogy and the market makers. Can you explain? Yes, I can. FE Vegan, that's a pretty good name. Okay, so FE Vegan, what I meant was that all of the different, if you imagine a pancake swap or a Uniswap, okay, if you imagine a pancake swap or a Uniswap, they are going to be boats on the river, meaning they are a protocol that is built and it interacts with the network underneath, which is the river. Okay, it interacts with that. So with those kind of platforms, you interact with your Web3 wallet, MetaMask. The MetaMask then will connect, right, the custom RPC from your wallet to that platform, to that protocol, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and anything when you connect. And then you are having to trust them. Okay, you're having to trust the smart contracts, you're having to trust the team, you're having to trust the URL, everything else that's going along, right? So you are having to trust the boat. At Stellar, we don't have a boat. You have an access point to the river. The river has the automated market maker. The river has the DEX, not the boat. We don't have to trust the boat. We just get straight into the river. So what I was trying to give as an analogy is it doesn't matter whether you join XLM and USDC pool with Brave, right, as your client. So you enter the pool with Brave, you will still get rewards with Lumenswap, because you are providing liquidity to the river. You're not having to come to Lumenswap. We just make it easy for you because we put all of the different tools out for you to use. But you can go anywhere you like. It's the same as you can have any Stellar wallet, native Stellar wallet, and you can get your 10,000 hodlers reward. You don't need to have one of our wallets. You can have any wallet at all. So I hope that makes sense. We've removed the risk, pretty much removed the risk of rug. We haven't. That's a lie. We haven't. Stellar Core, right? Stellar Network has removed the risk for you from being rugged, which is everywhere on Ethereum-based chains, L2 chains, because they've got smart contracts. They essentially what happens here, to elaborate a little bit more, a lot of them devs will copy a smart contract because it's open source. They will take the smart contract, they will put in a backdoor on that smart contract if they're less than trustworthy, so that essentially as soon as the liquidity goes into the pool, they can just hit a button, bam, pull the liquidity out, close the website down, they're gone. And your money has got, or your crypto has gone. It's called a rug pull, right? It's disappeared. We don't have that because you are putting into the network. So for that to happen, you would have to have the whole of the Stellar network go, not the projects, not Lumenswap or Aqua or SLT or any of these others, right? Not the platform, not the projects. You'd have to have the whole network go. So do you see how the significant difference in that, in terms of your security, because you are dealing with, essentially, you are dealing with the Stellar network. We are rewarding you for partaking in the two pools that have the incentivization, the XLM pool and the USDC pool. I hope that's helped answer your question.
And I just got word from Jen. She said that she just woke up. She's confused with the chat. She's gonna get ready real quick, and she's gonna hop on in just a moment.
Oh, we've got Shaq's joined us.
How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Automated market makers are here. I'm doing great.
Let's go. Over 1 million. Let's go. We hit that milli mark.
Yeah. That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic.
In a day. We hit a million.
Did you expect anything less? Did you expect anything less?
But it is crazy. It just goes to show how adamant the Lumenswap community is and how amazing what we are building is.
Well, we've got the main man, Shaq, with us. Shaq, we do apologise. Obviously, there's been a mismatch of bloody clock changes in the UK and the US, and we weren't aware of here what was going on there. So we run ahead with the show. I was just literally going to bring you in for a full show next time, mate, so that we can bring you in. But since we've still got a few minutes, let's have a little quick chat. Let's see how things are going. I know that we have touched on tonight the Nuna and the JPEG DAO. I know that you're one of the core members of the JPEG DAO, so I'm going to give you the floor, mate. Tell us everything that you can about the JPEG DAO, you know, what you're trying to achieve, what you're doing already. Harley has already highlighted that you've done a drop with a sick robot. You know, tell us everything you can, mate, as much as you want.
Well, I mean, that robot is sick, dude. With the JPEG in the screen, it's just like, that is a Genesis piece. Yeah, so essentially it's actually really fitting because I actually just got back from NFT NYC, which is the biggest conference that we've had in the NFT space. And so kind of being out there and being amongst the community, and once again having the same advantage that we have now with AMMs coming out, like nobody knows it, but we know that we're about to kill it, right? It's the same advantage that we have in NFTs. It's like nobody knows, but we know we're about to kill it, right? And so, you know, we have the talent there, but we also have the ability to really, I think, maximize our platform. Hey, girl, hey.
What's up, Jen?
Hey, guys, what's up? I'm like rolling out of bed. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm listening to you, Shaq.
You look like that when you wake up. That's great.
The pizza just got here, so it's double great. And my mom's upstairs cleaning.
Breakfast champions.
Yeah, so like I said, we've hit this bubble now, or seemingly a bubble, but we've hit this space where NFTs are really, in my opinion, kind of been carrying the industry. You see now DeFi and NFTs are really kind of the go-tos right now. And so you see the combination of the two. Most really strong NFT projects are now having DeFi protocols built into them, where they're staking, they're giving people rewards, the utility is being upped by the fact that DeFi is there. And we know that as a decentralized exchange, we're perfecting this. We've been really kind of laying the roadmap as far as for FinTech and Stellar, especially DeFi, FinTech, and Stellar. And I think that, you know, with the opportunity that we kind of have, I know Vlad is, you know, pro NFT. I think we all are pro NFT, and we just want to figure out the best way to go about kind of integrating this into our platform. And luckily for me, I mean, I've just been like literally indulged. I have 4 or 5 of the premier projects finally coming out next month. I've been walking through this process from beginning to end, and then the experience with JPEG DAO. You know, I just sat down with Pizza DAO last week, which is like, that's who invented DAOs. Really, Pizza DAO, they gave away $500,000 in pizza. I mean, you know, and so I sat down with them and really got to pick their brain. And so I'm excited about the opportunity and just seeing how far we're able to take this thing as far as with LSP goes. I think the roof's the limit, but I think we don't want to be behind when it comes to NFTs. I think we've done a good job of setting the pace, setting the bar. As far as it goes, not in a bragatory way, but just like, you know, just we've done a good job of doing what we said we're going to do. And I think if we do that, you know, and we have the intent to do that with NFTs, I think we can really, you know, capitalize on a strong opportunity here.
Yeah, I'm singing exactly the same hymn. I think there's huge scope for what can be done. I mean, we were just talking about this gunslinger behind me. I mean, Andrew Inc. has done a couple of NFTs specifically for giveaways for the community at Lumenswap, and I'm just like totally indebted because I know that he's worked hard on these last week. And we covered those in the early part, and we're saying it doesn't necessarily matter whether it's like a ingrained NFT idea from Vlad and the team, or whether it's kind of like the community, because I'm thinking along the lines as well of like building really strong relationships with like you guys at JPEG DAO, Nuna doing the art stuff, and these ones that are going to be popping up, having like a community of real, creative minds that are all kind of brothers and sisters with the whole Lumenswap machine as we move forward as well. So even if it's not Vlad, but if we can build that tight-knit networks, yourself coming from marketing, the power of unity, I mean, and spreading the word, I mean, we can do all sorts of crazy things, can't we?
And we were just talking about this the other day, like the educational aspect of it. Like, you're such a strong educator in the space. All three of you guys are just strong educators in the space, right? We all kind of thrive on educating the community, right? All the way down to the other mods that that aren't even on here. Like, we all really enjoy education, and so I think that when it comes down to it, if we can kind of implement that education, show people how to invest in NFTs so that they don't lose their value, show them how to be diamond hands, show them the different cycles as far as the comparison and contrast that there is between, crypto investing and NFT investing. I think we have an opportunity not only to kind of pave the way there, but I think that what I found most is that community is the only thing that matters. As far as value of NFT goes, if you're coming from a collection aspect, it's the only thing that matters. If you're coming from if you're coming from an investor standpoint, it's still the only thing that matters. You want utility, and I think we offer the best utility because we have education that goes along with every single line item we throw out. It's like, oh, Ben just dropped another video here explaining it. Oh man, he dropped another one. Oh, it's good. He dropped another one. And so it's like, but I know we're super strong. Oh, go ahead.
With the JPEG DAO, with the projects on that, can you take out a loan against them? So, I got these crypto pills I can't sell for anything. And I'll be honest with you, Shock, I'm not really happy about this.
Wait.
You could shake your finger at me.
I'm letting you know. I'm about to help you out. I'm about to put you up on something right now, okay?
All right.
Misha Klein, you know this, I'm pretty sure. Misha Klein won Artist of the Year. And since that point in time, they went from 0.06, which is in and around mint price, to 1.28 or to 0.128 ETH, which is not bad, and they're on the way up. And so I'm still holding mine. You can actually get some dope ones off the floor right now, but I'm not showing that product because, like I said, I sold all mine too a while ago. You should have sold them quicker is what you should have done. But now if you hold on to them,
I should have minted them. And that's what y'all need to tell people when you come into the rooms, brother. I'm telling you. Listen, if you want to make money on NFT project, you got to make it, or you got to mint it, or you got to get it cheap. Yep. ETH can suck my dick. Sorry, Ben.
No,
I don't you don't like gas fees either in here. This is an anti-gas fee chat right here.
She speaks the truth. She speaks the truth. Like, I figured this out the other day. I bought we threw a party out at NFT NYC, right? It was us, Oni Force, and the Ethereal Project, which is a similar cousin to them, but way different project. And the Ethereal Project compared to Oni Force was trash, right? But the party was cool. And we knocked it out of the park. And so we're at this party, and I'm talking to the owner of Ethereal, and I was like, man, listen, I only have your NFT so I can get into this party now. Like that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm a holder, that's my inlet right now, because there's no other incentive. Okay, there's no other incentive. And he was totally right. And the deal with that is you have to mint. If you don't mint, you're going to lose money. And no, you know what? I take that back. With Stellar, it's probably not as bad because obviously we know the benefit here. We're not paying too much to mint anything. And I also don't think that we're having a strong valuations on those yet. I haven't really seen too many Stellar projects accrue in price like they should.
I think they're going to go up as Stellar goes up. Once the value comes into Stellar, I think that's when you're really going to see major price appreciation for these NFTs. Because if you get one of these original Stellar punks that you're seeing Andrew make right now they may go for 300 to 500, maybe 700 to 1,000 XLM, but it's just going to keep on appreciating as the price of XLM goes up.
I think
what dictates the price, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I think as Stellar becomes more, let's just say, widely known, and I know that I'll get shot down for that because it's like 20th biggest crypto or whatever on CoinMarketCap, so it's clearly
we know what
used
you mean.
by many. But I mean, like the DeFi apes and the people that are in NFTs, and the people that are like out there that are not really aware of Stellar. That's what I'm trying to get at. As more people come in, I think these punks, unlike Mint, they're going to blow up, because he was talking to me about how he was writing the cartoon strips as well. So this is a whole like ecosystem in itself. What Andrew's doing there is like, he is saying, these are characters, of this wider story. And then if he brings more utility into a different platform with them, the sky's the limit. And like you said, Harley, I think these are going to be, where we're seeing these crazy figures on ETH. We're seeing millions of dollars in, people buying, basically a JPEG for millions of dollars. And I think these are going to be hundreds of thousands of XLM, in the not too distant future. By early to mid 2022, I think these are going to lift off.
They're selling out instantly for him, and also now he has the 5 Stellar Punk Club, where if you get 5 Stellar Punk, you get JPEG'd out. So it's creating a whole ecosystem right there. It keeps on flowing to value, keeps on flowing through it.
So we've got a question here. So who asked the question? Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to put this over. I'm going to put this over to you, Shaq, and maybe Jen, because I know you're both kind of into your NFTs. So she said, "I'm still weak in understanding the significance of NFTs and how they'll play a role in the ecosystem." Can you kind of throw some thoughts on that, Shaq, for us?
Definitely. And so first, I wouldn't separate your NFTs from crypto. First of all, okay, if you're looking at them in terms of the ecosystem and what we hope is will develop the ecosystem, to kind of lend to what Ben said earlier, I do think this is something we can build community centric. I think we have the skill set and availability there as long as we get the go ahead. But the significance of NFTs, there's a intrinsic value as an investor, right? If you're gonna buy an NFT, hopefully you were looking to make money on it, right? Like, and that's where I came into the space at. As only an investor, I was late to the space. I'm deeper in it now, but very late to the space. After I got in the space and I bought my first project, I found out what the actual value was, which is the community, and the community's the community and the mobilization of that community, the activation of that community, to be able to have a Discord with 15,000 people just drooling at the bit, all moving a price floor one way or the other, and having different areas where you go chat. I never understood going and hanging out in the Discord before. Now we're designing them for other projects, right? And it's that important, it's that crucial. And so the significance of it, as it sits, is the utility that should be put into it. Just think of NFTs as any type of information that is attached on the blockchain. So it could be a picture, it could be a poem, it could be a video, it doesn't matter what it is, okay? It happens to be NFTs or these PFP projects or personal profile picture projects. But that said, those can be packed with utility. They can have DeFi protocols, which means you can buy that just like you bought a cryptocurrency. You could stake it somewhere. You can be getting paid residually, APY on that, right? You can then pull it out of stake. You can mix it with another one. So if they come out with a second NFT here, you can mix it with another one and make a third NFT, right? In addition to the fact that it's cultural in a sense, it's significantly it's Visa just bought a punk, it's a giant deal now. Like this ape project I got on, Des Bryant was in the chat the other day. It's almost a status symbol, not necessarily of being a better or richer or anything like that. It's a status symbol of being a DJ. Like it's saying, hey, I'm degenerate as fuck. Oh, excuse my language. I'm sorry, but I'm super DJ right now. That just shows how DJ I am, man. I just let the F-bomb slip on camera. But like I said, it's in itself. The role is going to play in the ecosystem. Hopefully, we can monetize it layer over layer. We have a lot of availability to do so. It's also going to bring in our ability to associate with everybody in Stellar, to recruit new artists, to hold competitions, to really kind of bridge out and do a lot of partnerships and things of that nature as well too. But most importantly, hopefully, like I said, we can build out the platform that we need to monetize it.
Yeah, good question here. It's like I always like a little bit of the opposite side as well. You know, it's the people that bring critique. Someone's saying here, you know, I can copy your unique NFT, edit a single pixel on the picture, upload it as my NFT, and no one will notice. Well, what Shaq's actually saying there about, you know, creating yield, there's absolutely no way that you would be able to create that yield by copying mine as I would do if that had a yield-bearing angle on it. Right. So, yes, absolutely. You can take that, you can change one part, and then you can have virtually identical picture. But the same way as that you can have a print of the Mona Lisa. It isn't the Mona Lisa. It's a print thereof. Right. So you can do that in art across the board. I mean, how much, you know, copying, counterfeiting is there in the art world? Loads. But the great thing about the blockchain is you have the ownership of that. And as we start bringing in more utility and more of a yield-bearing asset, or aspect to that NFT, you won't be able to get the yield on your copy of mine. It will be mine that's the yield-bearing asset, and yours will be a copy thereof. So I get it. I get that you can copy that, and it's like, oh, we've both got exactly the same picture, but like one of the dots is missing, you know, and no one will ever know. You can say it's yours, but there's more to this. There's more layers of depth.
Shout out to the blockchain.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some people just like the art. Like I go look for an NFT because I want to get on Stellar because it's going to be cheap, and I just want some art that's up there that I can throw up in like my business. And I think that people think about what would look good in this like retro awesome space or whatever. I just don't see the kind of wall art right now on Stellar that would fit, like, let's say, the business that I'm trying to put it in. So I think there's tons of room to grow. And I think what's great about it is more artists have a chance to get their name out there and actually sell their product. You know, it doesn't have to be a cult following, you know, there's all different reasons to use.
It's niche.
I think we're going into a renaissance period. In the last renaissance period we had, we saw a lot of artists come up and make extreme art that was culturally fitting to the times that we're in. We're starting to see this now. And it actually gives the artist a chance to make money without having a middleman. For so long, there's been a middleman that's always came in for the artist, no matter if it's for music, if it's digital art, painting. There's always been a middleman who came in and took 20%, 40%. With this, it comes back to the artist because they can make 100% of the profits.
You hit the nail on the head. This last week I was with Todd James. If you don't know Todd James, just look him up. Okay, he's the last great American graffiti artist. He at one time had a single spray painted car on every track in New York. They call it the All City, right? Like All City Championships. He has a generator collection it's amazing. And I was sitting down with him discussing this project and just how, you know, I can help support it this weekend. And what I had to tell Todd James, the legend, Todd James, like anybody that's an art fan, he's like Cause level. He's like Cause, he's like Banksy, that big, right? And I had to tell him the same thing I tell every artist that I work with. Like, dude, your art's not special. like if you can't garner a community, I don't care how good your art is, because 90% of the stuff out there is terrible, and it doesn't matter. Like if you can't garner a community, I think that's what we have going on right now, is that our community is already engaged. We already have a strong community. All we have to do now is activate our community. And we've shown half the people on the board at JPEG now are investors here and have been that way. That's how they met, right? Cheesley, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a thing, like Lumenjack, like these guys, these people are like uber talented, you know? And I think that, you know, we just have to do the same thing as these AMMs. People are just it's gonna seep in. They're like, damn, I can't believe I missed that train. It's like, right, that's cool. Well, you know what? We got the crypto punk of Stellar Punks right here. You know what I'm saying? So those are now worth some absurd amount of extra limbs, you know? So I think that it's all about the community. I think we're winning in that aspect. We have a great opportunity.
Yeah, and you see a lot of punks on these other crypto chains kind of all look the same. With this, it brings a fresh spin on it. It's something different.
Yeah, and this, like I said, the story, I mean, it's just, for me, you've got the law. You know, I was working on a project today, and it's all about like kind of samurais and that kind of thing, right? And that like kind of lore about like learning about what a Ronin is and like shoguns and like the masterless samurais and all this kind of stuff. And like it's creating that story, the backstory, which I think people are interested in crypto. You know, you've got like an NFT, but an NFT is part of this cartoon. You imagine like the early Spider-Man comics and that kind of thing, and it's like it's crazy what can actually, you know, can trigger people. And like you said there, Shaq, you know, having that community and triggering the community around a story. People love stories in marketing. You know, if you're on a story and you're a beaten down, you know, guy that's lost your master in a samurai warrior, you know, and you have to find yourself and then build yourself back up again. And the NFTs tell that story, and you get equipment and also, I mean, people are going to buy into that because it's like they've been down themselves. You know, they've had struggles in their lives, they've had losses, they've lost loved ones, and then they found the energy to, you know, bring themselves back up. All of that stuff is powerful shit if you can tie that into the crypto world.
And the thing about it is it's on the blockchain. It can't be censored. It can't be deleted. You see a lot of the records and everything being censored. You can't do that on the blockchain. It's permanent.
Bravo. Like we call it lore, what the words that you're looking for, just for future reference. And we talked about this the other day, gamifying, right? Like turning everything into a game, turning life into a game, right? Like life gamified is like just a dope ass term I came up with last week, but I really like it. And and like to make people have a reward system built in to say, you know, somebody might not be able to afford this stellar punk, but they can get into a Discord group, they can work themselves up level by level. You know, they can be active, they can retweet, they maybe work themselves into a whitelist spot, they're able to get this stellar punk. The stellar punk turns into some absurd amount of XLM, and then they can stake it, not have to give up control of it, right? We even have a platform coming out called Liquid NFT, where you can make liquid assets of illiquid assets. And so you can literally get a fair market value on your NFT, get a loan against that NFT, not have to give it up. If you default, then you give it up. And be good to go. I mean, the possibilities are just endless once you get in that cycle. So I really love what you're saying about the lore story. The gamification is really just maximized. That's why projects do well, is because everything's a game from the time you mint to the time you sell.
Well, we also said what we're going to do, guys. We're just going to have 5 minutes conversation now off. Vladimir wants us to keep this to an hour, so we're going to wave goodbye to you, and we're going to say, "Tra." We're going to have a little conversation off air, and I will fill you in with anything that we add into the conversation, but we need to keep these videos to 1 hour. So thanks very much for everyone joining us in the comments, and we shall catch you all soon. And yeah, it's been fantastic. It's really opened my eyes. I've learned a lot tonight myself. So cheerio, guys. Catch you next week. All the best.